All right, and it's time for us now to get to the tail end of this discussion on the way it is. And of course, what we are looking at and highlighting is the Building Bridges Initiative rallies that have been taking place. Are they really building bridges? And if we listen to what I'll use the term that Ngilu used, Honorable Ngilu used for the new entrant, Kitinda Mimba, or our governor's engineer Nyoro had to say, let's just listen in. And of course, the question is, are we really building bridges?
BBI mbele. Pili, rais lazima apewe heshima yake. Ambaye hatapea heshima kwa rais wetu, tutamkuta kwake kwa nyumba.
Like those who sat on the banks of the rivers of Babylon and wept when they remembered Zion.
All right, ule ambaye hata heshimu president tutamkuta kwake. Honorable Joe Mtambo, question here being whether this Building Bridges Initiative rallies, starting with Kitui where you are present and being a senior member of Kitui or that area, do you feel they are addressing the issues that they should be, or are we building bridges really?
With this kind of a talk, we are not building bridges. Let's call a spade a spade. We all respect president. We all fight for president. I am fighter number one for president, but I have never used those words. You know, it is what we say as leaders which portray us. I don't expect somebody like Nyoro to speak the way he spoke in Kitui. And actually, in some of those clips going around, is quoted saying that, why did Moses Kuria apelekwe Katundu? Nyoro is forgetting he was also a visitor in Kitui. And he was asking, why did Moses Kuria come? The other question which will follow, even you, Nyoro, why did you come to Kitui? If you have a question, Moses Kuria coming to Kitui, why, Nyoro, are you also coming? So that kind of behavior is uncalled for, and we are not doing the right thing, and we are not going to, we are not following what is in president's heart. The president wants peace in this country, and we cannot build peace when we are fighting one another with no apparent reason. I totally disagree that Kitui people were given a chance to air their views. What I expected, what I expected in Kitui is for people of Kitui to speak and tell the nation what they want. Me being, like you are saying, being one of the senior citizens of Kitui, I was not given a chance to say even hello or to say what I think about this constitution. Despite that, I was the first person who came up with changing the constitution. When I walked in there, I expected that the organizers would say, Motambo is here and he can say a word. Nothing like that. What we saw is people coming to lecture us on who and how we will remove people from their house, and I think that is not our nature. So I am very disappointed person from that meeting, because what really transpired, we were not expecting it at all. Respect should be given to all quarters. It doesn't matter where you come from, you are Kenyan, and you must be given space from where you come from, and you must be respected. Right. It was wrong. It was wrong. And I repeat it was wrong for Governor Ngilu to say atolewe. From that, I think Ngilu goofed, and it was not right for her to do so. She, as the governor of Kitui, she could have said, we embrace, I'm here, I'm selling BBI. And the BBI is to build bridges. And those bridges, they go to your enemy's home, they go to your friend's home. So let us build all these bridges as the president has told us. So Moses Kuria karibu, Mugurkomen karibu. Let us have dialogue together. And that could have been the vision of this BBI.
Michael Agwanda, this is a leader from that region saying that the Building Bridges Initiative rally that took place did not address some of the issues that are pertinent to the people of that area. And we say we're building bridges. Your comments on that?
I strongly believe that these are political rallies to sensitize different regions of this country on the Building Bridge Initiative. The hard document will be done by the Secretariat that have just been put on the Kenya Gazette, and they are yet to start the work on the second BBI that is coming up, the real BBI. I also believe, Michael, that I don't want to see a country go to a single party, governance in this country like what we had in the Moi era. I want a situation where opposition will also be upheld and will be respected. As it is today, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has been the face and the big man in the opposition, and he's done that excellently. But again, when we have BBI that is bringing many people together, including the opposition together, I want to respect the Kutangatanga group, that if they are opposed to the BBI initiative, there is no reason whatsoever for them to say that we join it or to say we will be part of it. If in principle they think that BBI is not what we support, they need to stand by it.
But if we agree with maybe what they said initially, this is Building Bridges Initiative. And at some point they're on record saying that we have realized that divergent views should be allowed. And as a result, instead of having other rallies, we're going to have the same one. But looking at Kitui, then they're left with no choice but to have their own rallies because they're not allowed.
I strongly believe that if they don't believe in it, that's what I'm saying. I think there's some people that are going to those rallies by just a mere show. There's a threat. By the way, things are very hard for politicians that have been opposed to this handshake. Some of them are falling by the way, and they don't want to. These people, at the end of the day, they're looking at themselves as politicians and saying, devoid of what congregation I am in, am I going to be re-elected in 2022? They're starting to think seriously about that. And in the area that I come from, perhaps if I'm coming from the president area, if he says that I don't want this guy, will I be re-elected for that reason? And so, to me, that is the dishonesty that I'm seeing, that these people, some of them are going to this thing, not because they want to, but because they're looking at the political future and saying, if I don't support this, I'm most likely going to be kicked out.
But because of time, to manage time, do you feel that the rally in Kitui addressed the issues of the people of Kitui? Because that's what they've been selling, that we're going to different areas to also collect divergent views and include in now what is being called this, BBI 2. But do you feel that that was addressed?
The only memorandum that I saw which was given by Honorable Elachi, that was talking about women and expectation of 50-50 in government and in political sector. That might not be really the need of the Kitui people. So that was very clear.
Mm-hmm. So the answer is no.
So the answer is that, yeah,
correct. It's not. The Kitui people did not really bring what they want for the Kitui people.
All right, Weda, your thoughts?
It did not address anything to do with the Kitui people. Even basic things like locusts that Mtambo is complaining about. They should have said, Minister, Bona President, bring helicopters, go around. They didn't do that.
There were helicopters only that were not there.
They were there to bring leaders and to mesmerize Wananchi. Yeah. So it did not. And I've told you the Wananchi are being treated by these leaders as a bag of potatoes. You carry them when you want to make chips, and when you are satisfied with the chip, you want to eat ugali, you abandon that bag. That is how the Kitui people are treated in the whatever. Finally, let us build the bridges if we are going to have a united country. Mr. President, some of these people, they love exclusionism. Somebody must be excluded, somebody must be fought, somebody must be beaten up, somebody must be nyoroshwad. That culture, Honorable Raila, I plead with you, you are also my leader, let it stop. Condemn it in your presence. You go like this, some of us will not be with you, even if you are president.
All right, Honorable Joe Mtambo, we'll need your closing comments. Way forward regarding this Building Bridges Initiative rallies, we do know that they're going to continue, and even given what happened in Kitui, they did say eventually they'll end up in Nairobi. But are they, like the Deputy President said, a waste of taxpayers' money? Because if they're not addressing the issues on the ground, then why do we even have them?
My take on this is that if the building bridges is to include all the people, let us go by that. I can tell you, and I'm not talking about myself alone, what happened in Kitui, even prior to that meeting, we are told that there are some 2-3 people who sat down. How and what criteria they used to select these people, nobody knows. And if there are any views being heard in Kitui, and I am not part of it, and I know so many other leaders who are not part of it, and I know in many other areas, These meetings where they are going, they are selecting people who are aligned to particular people. They are not inclusive. BBI is inclusive, is for all people. I urge that if there is any further meetings for BBI going on, let people be included, all the leaders from all from any political parties or whichever way you believe, be included for that, because Constitution is for us all. Constitution is not for few people. And this BBI is to amend the Constitution. That is the ultimate result. And if we want to achieve that, we must include each and every person. I was excluded in Kitui. I just went there on my own cohesion. I was not invited by anybody. I just went on my own. And I was not even invited for the meeting. That thing which was being read by Kibwana Kibwana, I don't know who said what, where, and about what. And I can tell you, millions of Kitui people, they didn't know about that. They only saw it there. And I thought we could have been given time to ventilate on such issues. But because the BBI itself is coming, they said that they are going to start their meeting today, 5th, here in Nairobi. I expect them to come to Kitui. I will go there and give my views. These ones, they are just political rallies which we are...
Okay. Michael Agwanda, your expectation of the rallies moving forward, if they are to address the main issues?
I really think that the rallies need to be inclusive in the sense that we need to start having a representation from the disability, from farmers. We need to start having representations from the people of that area coming up and giving it...
may not be the way to go if that's the...
Even if it's just for 10 minutes, people can wait for 10 minutes and a document is read so that at least the needs of the people in that area are captured. But when we give it to only few politicians that have already made up their mind on what they want on the BBI too, then we might lose on this new constitution that we want to put, or the amendment of the constitution that we want to put forward. And lastly, as I talk about this, I want to condemn what happened to Kuria. I don't want it to open to anybody that is not even elected. I want people to go to these rallies and all be accepted. I need them to enjoy the rally. I need them to listen to the speeches. I need them to be involved and not to be ejected out as if they are non-Kenyans. I don't want to see what is happening in Muguna, that members of parliament are feeling that we cannot go there because we are not invited, just like Miguna is out of the country because he can't come in because of technicalities. I strongly believe that if we want to build the bridges, let's embrace even those that differ with us in their opinion. And then we also need to have time to tell people exactly why we want these changes and specific key areas in the constitution that we want to change. No one is coming out, no lawyer is running around there other than the politicians that are specifically saying this is the section of the law that we want to change.
I need to give Weda a chance before we wind up because we're out of time.
Thank you. The rallies are premature and a waste of resources, a waste of time, a waste of energy. Premature, a waste of time, a waste of energy, not part of our priorities. Our issues now are to deal with coronavirus, to deal with the locusts, to deal with the massive unemployment, to deal with the hunger. Now, 2 kilos of maize is 130. So when our leaders are well fed in big choppers, going around and dancing, I urge the people of Kenya, please concentrate on things that pushes you forward, on things that make you grow, on things that pushes you to the next level. Don't waste your time in these rallies. Then these people fly in choppers, they eat caviar. Caviar is the Tongrechi in Luo. It is a special, it's a dish which is rare for the rich people. You go there, you cheer them, you mesmerize, you go home, you sleep hungry. Let us not waste our time and energy on rallies which are premature. Finally, Honorable Raila, please read your Bible very well so that when you want to use stories of the Bible, you don't come of rivers of Babylon and so on and so forth, and you describe people as standing on the rivers of Babylon. You don't know what you are saying, and I urge you, Bishop of Bondo, who is a very well distinguished religious man and educated, to show you these things. But don't spend our time in these premature rallies.
Thank you very much. That's Canon Ambrose Weda, who is a lawyer. We're also joined by Michael Agwanda, political analyst, and last but not least, Honorable Joe Mtambo, who is a former member of parliament for Mwingi Central. That's the way it is.
Sasa hii ni
We're
ya
going to wind
wapi?
up this segment. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us
Thank
this
you very
morning.
much.
We're going to take a short break, but do stay with us. Morning Express continues after the break.